Hey guys, welcome back to Who's Your Amma podcast, the podcast for women of color moms by women of color moms. Before we get into this podcast, I just want to thank everyone for watching, listening, subscribing. I really appreciate all the support. And if you guys also listen to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please don't forget to rate it and give it 5 stars. So I have a few questions that people have asked me on Instagram about pregnancy and my journey, and I thought that what better way to have a solo episode than by answering your questions. So let us go. These are not in any order. I just screenshotted them and I'm going to answer them. Okay, someone wants to know any anticipations on the type of delivery I'm going to have. Yes, I don't think I ever entertained the idea of a vaginal labor. It's just not for me for various reasons. One of the reasons is that I don't think I have the personality to wait for my water to break. Whereas with a C-section, I know the day I'm going in, I know the time that everything's happening, and I know what to expect more or less. It's more of a controlled environment than a natural vaginal birth is. So I am going for a C-section. How did it feel to find out you were pregnant? Was it planned or by God's grace? I feel like everything is by God's grace, especially pregnancy. Even to this day, I'm still amazed that God is making a human being inside my body. It's so strange and it's so weird. It's such a strange concept. And I feel like when my baby is here, even looking at her, I'm going to be like, wow, God, you made this baby inside of me. It's a weird concept. It's like, I can't understand it. But yes, we were planning on falling pregnant. I think in our first episode, we did say that while we were in Spain, I was in my ovulation window, and it was always the plan. Well, towards the end of last year, it became the plan to fall pregnant this year and have a baby. So it was definitely planned. It wasn't like a surprise and delight type of situation. How did you know you were ready for a baby? I'm going to say what all parents tell me: you're never ready. You're never ready for a baby. It happens naturally. And I feel like, I hope you can't hear Ollie drinking water. If you watch the vlogs, you know, every time the camera is on, he needs to drink water. I feel like Trevino and I were at a stage in our lives where we wanted to expand our family, and it just felt right. But as for asking if I'm ready, even now, currently, I don't think I'm ready. But I'm trusting all the parents that say you'll be ready when you've given birth. Any cravings that I've had? I have had cravings similar to what I've always craved. So like old people Indian food, like sour porridge, mixed curry, vedas. In the beginning, I really enjoyed eating tomatoes, like just tomatoes with salt. Any type of juicy fruit, so watermelon, grapes, oranges, and there's an ice cream, tornado ice cream. That has been like one of my strongest cravings the entire pregnancy. Then someone said, tell us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, because we are petrified. Pregnancy is crazy, guys. Pregnancy is beautiful. And okay, I just want to start by saying, because someone on TikTok commented, you should be grateful that you can get pregnant. Yes, I know it is a blessing. I am grateful. I know that it's not an easy journey for many women. However, there are things that happen to your body that no one has told me about. And the strange thing is that I feel like my pregnancy has been pretty smooth sailing the whole time. But for example, a few weeks ago, I saw stretch marks on my belly. I've passed that point now. Like now they're just there. You don't even need like to squint or to turn my belly towards the light. You can just see them. And I've always had stretch marks, even prior to pregnancy. But seeing the new ones on my belly, and I started crying because it was just, it's so weird, guys. I don't know. Pregnancy is such a strange time in your life because there's so many emotions involved. Yes, you're happy. Yes, you're grateful. But at the same time, your whole life is going to change. Your body is changing. The way you look at yourself changes. How you deal with your finances is going to change. So I would say that it is a scary time, especially if it's your first pregnancy, like not knowing what you're getting into. But honestly, the thing that has helped me stay focused and not lose my marbles completely is prayer. Like I've had a prayer list since before I even felt pregnant. So consistently praying on things, confessing the scriptures, and also having a good support structure. Like my husband is my number one, Ollie, my number one support structure person thing. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, having my husband, my parents are here like almost every weekend. I have a really good group of friends who are surprisingly also all pregnant or just given birth. So it's good to have a good support structure around you. And I think one of the important things for me is, because I'm a first-time mom, having someone that I really trust that's already had children to speak to and to ask all these questions to, that's also really helped me through this time. And that ties into the next question also. Mental health update during pregnancy. I'm pregnant, but my mental health isn't good. I am so sorry to hear that that has been your journey thus far. For me, like I said, it's definitely having a list of prayer points about things that I would like for my pregnancy. Please hold, I have heartburn. And then also having a good support structure around you, people you can talk to, and journal. I've been journaling. If you guys have seen the blog on the website, I have written like daily entries every week of my first trimester, second trimester, third trimester is what I'm busy working on right now. So just journaling and letting out those feelings. You don't have to post it online, you don't have to give it to anyone, but just getting out those feelings. Like when I said that I saw stretch marks for the first time and I started crying, or things like how I felt when I found out that we were having a daughter and there was a trigger of undealt with trauma where I felt like Trevino is going to leave me now because there's another girl in his life, daddy issues and things like that. So definitely journal. I think it's a good way to get rid of your unhealthy emotions in a healthy way. Someone says that they want to conceive soon and they're stopping the birth control pill. Did it take me long to fall pregnant? So I stopped the pill in, what year are we? 2023. I think I stopped the pill in 2021. So I don't know if it's going to take you long or not, but maybe you should speak to your doctor first to check if it's okay. Please share any prayer topics and Bible verses for pregnancy, baby, and mommy. I am actually going to read the names of the Bible verses, the Bible plans. If you guys have the YouVersion app on your phone, there's a few plans that I've been reading. One is called Journey Through Pregnancy by Brittany Rust. Then there's one called Hello Baby, I Love You, ABCs for Young Moms. I think that's more like when the baby's here. And then the one that I'm currently reading is Pregnancy Prayers, Pray for Your Baby. And it says a 14-day devotional by Jennifer Palomino, I guess. So those are the plans that I've been reading throughout the pregnancy. What advice would you give someone who's just fallen pregnant? I would say find someone that you feel comfortable with talking to from the very beginning, other than your husband or boyfriend, because having a woman that's been through those things that can answer all your questions in the beginning of the pregnancy, especially if it's your first time, you have a lot of questions, or rather I know I did. And having someone that's been there and someone that you trust to share the news with so early, just to ask all those questions to, I think that's something that is really valuable. And also one thing that I can say is mentally prepare yourself to know that you're not going to be able to do as much as you used to do. Even in my third trimester, I still think that I can do as much as I could, like walk around the mall or come home and cook lunch afterwards, and I can't. Recently this week we went to the mall, and the walk from the car to the entrance of the mall made me so tired and out of breath, and my legs were sore. So I think that's also one of the things that I can say about pregnancy is you may feel like you can do everything, and you probably will end up doing everything, but then your body is going to be sore when you go to bed, and you're going to be out of breath, and it's just not fun. Just do less. Just do less. Someone says you don't have to reveal your choices, but have you started thinking of baby names? Yes, our baby has a name. I think we had baby names like even before we fell pregnant, but her initials are going to be TS Naidoo, so like Trevino and I. But yes, we do have baby names, or a name rather. Someone wants to know what is my experience with doctors so far, and what am I dreading the most? So the one thing that I've learned, and I think it's quite common with many gynecologists, is not all of them work directly with medical aid. So you have to pay cash upfront and then claim back from your medical aid. And most of the gynecologists charge above medical aid rates, which means that when you get reimbursed, you don't get the full amount. For example, our gynae charges 1,200 per visit, and we only get like 800 rand back, and we're on quite a good plan with Discovery, but because of how expensive she is, that's how it works. And then also with my gynae in particular, we have to pay for the birth upfront. So you pay at 20 weeks, you pay 50%, which was 7,500, and then you have 30 days after birth to pay the balance. And then that's only after you've paid the balance can you submit a claim to medical aid and get your money back and hope that you get the full amount, because some people don't get the full amount. And apparently also some pediatricians are the same. So we're trying to find a pediatrician that works with medical aid, because that's not fun. And what am I dreading the most? I think the one downside of the C-section that I am dreading the most is the recovery. I am not a person who likes asking for help, even if it's from Trevino. A silly example, like a few years ago when I dislocated my knee and I couldn't shower by myself, like I couldn't stand in the shower. I had to wait for him to not be busy so he could come help me shower, and I didn't like that. So I feel like that's one of the things that I'm dreading about the C-section, is having to ask everybody for help to get off the bed, to go to the toilet. But it is what it is, because I don't want to have a vaginal birth. So it's just something I have to deal with. Did you have a feeling that you were pregnant before doing the actual test? Part of me feels like I was pregnant before we even went to Spain, because when we got to Spain, like on the first day, after having a shower, I told Trevino, when you shower, can you please just tell me if the tub is moving or if it's me, because I felt very dizzy. And at first I thought it was like the heat in the shower or the actual tub was wonky, but I think I was pregnant there. I could be wrong, I don't know. But then I did take a pregnancy test in Spain and it was negative. I don't know, but I did have a feeling that something wasn't right, because even like on our last night in Barcelona, we went to Naidoo and then Trevino wanted to go out and I couldn't make it. So we went back to the hotel and I was just feeling very like dizzy all the time and nauseous. My breast was sore. It was weird. But I did take a test in Spain and it was negative. And then when I took one when we came back home, it was positive. So I don't know. I don't know how that science works, but maybe I was pregnant, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. Oh, someone wants to know, no pain meds or all the meds? All the meds all the time. Obviously with a C-section, there's no way you can do it without medication. But even after that, I want all the meds they can give me. My cousin was saying that they give you a suppository for pain. So I will take that also, even though it's very awkward and very uncomfortable. I want all the pain meds at all times. I don't like feeling any pain. I have a very low threshold for pain, and yeah, so all the meds at all times. Would you do it again? Absolutely, yes. I told Trevino like more than 2, but probably only 2 kids. His face, probably only 2 kids, but yes, definitely. Can you talk about your first trimester? I have a very in-depth week by week play of how the first trimester went. You can find it on the Who's Your Amma website under blog, and it's called Ramblings from My First Trimester. Literally everything is written there, from how we told people to people's reactions, how I was feeling, cravings, food aversions, and things like that. How many months are you at the moment? I am in my 3rd trimester, so I'm very close to the end. I want to know, did you guys decide to have a baby? Wait, this is very confusing. Okay, basically this person wants to know, did I go to the gynecologist before falling pregnant or only after I fell pregnant? So I've been for yearly checkups, because I think you're supposed to go for that, like just a regular checkup and pap smears, so everything was good to go. I don't think that last year I went for a checkup, or maybe I did in the beginning of the year, but she just said everything is fine. There was a problem with my womb where she said it was backwards or something, like not like backwards, it was tilted back or something like that. But other than that, she was happy. So I think you should go for regular checkups as an adult woman, I think it's important to go for those things. Do a pap smear just to check that everything is good. And then once you fall pregnant, I think that gynecologists only see you when you're at 6 weeks. I think, if I'm not mistaken. What apps have you been using, if any? I have been using the normal period calculator app. It's the one where the logo is like a little book with a flower on it. So once you fall pregnant, you can change the settings and it gives you like daily tips of what to expect today, weekly tips. This is how big your baby is, the size of the fruit or whatever. And then I've also been using What to Expect. That's a really good app. I think that's why I didn't enjoy reading the book, because the app has the same information as the book. And then also an app called Preggers. Basically, I just use all these apps to track the pregnancy and the baby's weight and to see what fruit or vegetable we are in that week. How do you feel about people touching your belly? I honestly thought that I was not gonna like people touching my belly, but I think it's because there's no random people. That actually one person in church touched my belly last week, and I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. But yeah, no one really random touches my belly, so I'm fine with it. I thought that I wouldn't be fine with it, but it's generally just family, except for me at church. Like, do you want to touch my belly, to my friends? But yeah, I'm fine with that. Will your content be changing? Probably. But I don't think, right now, I don't think I'm gonna like create a family channel or create social media for my baby. I think I'd like to keep her off social media as far as possible. But my content will probably be changing, as it has been in the past few weeks. But I also have Who's Your Amma to post all my pregnancy and mom stuff on there. So if you follow me on my personal pages and you're bored, I'm so sorry. But there's more mom content on Who's Your Amma. Are there any traditional things that you'll be doing? I don't think so. Trevino and I discussed Samrani. I don't think we're going to do that. Shaving the baby's hair, I don't think we're going to do that. I don't know. I don't think we're going to do that. I asked Des, the lady that does my hair, if it's a myth or if it's an Indian thing or if it's a real thing, that if you shave the baby's hair when they're younger, does it grow back thicker? She said she thinks it's an Indian thing, but then how come Indians have such nice hair? So I don't know if we're going to risk it and not do it or do it. I don't know. But other things like the black bead bangles, the little knife thing, the dot, we're not doing those things. We're not going to do those traditional things. Leg bath, I also don't know, because my granny is old, her hands are sore, her legs are sore. I don't know. I don't think we are going to be doing any traditional things from what I know right now. Are you going to be glammed in delivery? Absolutely not. I am only glammed when I'm sitting here for this podcast. Other than that, I look like an egg on the couch. So that's how I will be during delivery. For me, I don't understand the concept of having your hair and makeup done. Maybe if you're having a C-section, it's different because you're not sweating and crying like a natural birth. But I don't know, for me, that's just not the vibe. I'm even going to go cut my hair, take my nails off. That's not for me. What meals do I want after birth? Biltong? I want biltong. I've been sneaking biltong. No one needs to know that. Sushi, because my gynae says I can't eat any shellfish, so I want sushi. And I also want a nice charcuterie board, like with salami and cold meat that I can't eat right now. That's what I really want. And there was something else that I wanted. I can't remember. But anyway, that's what I can think of right now. That's what I want. And then the last question is, have I done any prenatal classes? No, I have not done any prenatal classes. I feel like I have a good group of women around me for all the questions that I've had. And I've asked my cousin, like, should I do a sleep class thing? Should I do a breastfeeding class? I think if that's something that you want to do, obviously go ahead and do it. But I think for me, because I have so many women around me and because my granny is going to come stay with me, I don't think I necessarily want to do those classes. If there is an issue that comes up and the doctor can't help me, then probably. But for now, I haven't. Okay. I don't know how long this episode was or how short it was because we had to stop because of Ollie. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And don't forget to rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.